Hey family, it's Dr. Bryant. And this time, not just Mindset for Freedom, but this is my first post on Elevate Your Mind. And I am doing this post right after I did an Instagram post, but that's what I said for the same flowers. But anyway, because I have to get in when I can. Yeah. But I wanted to start to be able to share with you. The Lord gave me that title, Elevate Your Mind, just like He gave me Mindset for Freedom. So we're going to talk here about how to elevate your mind. What does it mean to elevate? When you get on an elevator, you go up. So, how to get your mind at a vibration, at a frequency where you're flowing in that presence of light, of life, where you're flowing with that presence, where anxiety is not your enemy, where fear doesn't live here when you can say it doesn't live here anymore, where mental clarity and procrastination are not knocking at the door of your heart or at your brain. Aren't you tired? And I think you're ready for a transformation. That's why I want to share with you in detail, because there's so much more to share. And I have to give it to you in layers because I realize that where I am now, I have to go back so that I can see the pain of where I was before I got this mindset. Now, I've had this mindset since COVID. Always been spiritual, always been able to connect with God. But in this Elevate Your Mind lesson, I want to talk to you about your spiritual now what? I'm going to write it down because I want to name it. Your spiritual now what? So, what do you do with all of that you have learned in church? What do you do with that? You remember that you were true to it. I want you to remember how it felt the first time when we felt the power of what we call the Holy Ghost. How did that feel? It was a feeling like something happened. Most of the people will say they felt joy, they felt peace. Some people spoke in tongues, but something changed, something transformed when you got to a certain frequency. That's what happened. Because it's the universe. You and we got to a certain frequency in our heart that we longed for the Creator. We long for change. We long for the love. And when we reach that frequency, something transpired. And that something has always been with us. But now what do? We've had it for 10, 15, 20 years, and we know that it's there. But we don't know how to elevate it. We don't know how to activate it. We got it. We received it. But how do you activate it again? You activate it through the principles. You activate it through recalling. Because what's happened is, even though you got it, even though we got it, life does us. It does life. Life be lifing, as they say. Okay? So even though it activated 5, 10, 20 years ago, whatever, then life came and life is activating. And so what life does is life plants itself in your subconscious mind. So though your spirit man is on fire when you're in the presence of the Lord, because you don't know, and I say you because I've learned how to. So when I say you, I'm not being, facetious or derogatory. I'm just saying we. You don't know how, that's why I'm talking to you. You don't know how to stay in that presence like I didn't without praying or shouting or being in the atmosphere of church. You got to bring that atmosphere to your place. You got to bring it into your space. You understand? You got to bring that atmosphere of peace, of knowing that God is a presence that's never an absence. You got to have it. I want to show you what I did because I said, you got it. Now what? First thing that I want you to do is I want you, and I'm just saying this, it's not personal, but I want you to take God off the cross. I want you to take him out of the grave, and I want you to take him away from the he's coming back. He can come back, but I want you to take him away from that because the God that we serve, Yeshua himself, is the King of glory. And we don't have to wait for him to come back because he's in us. He said, I am in you and you are in me. And together we make our abode in the Father. Now that's in the book of John. So remembering that he said that he is in us, he doesn't have to come from me because he's already in me. I got to find where that's at. I got to find what that feels like. I got to connect with that. And we've got to become one. And so many things in the scriptures help us to remember who and what we are and how they, in the scriptures, especially in the Old Testament, became one with the presence. So I want you to encapsulate. That was what I was saying. Encapsulate. I want you to capture so that you can elevate your mind that God is a presence that's never an absence. And I want you to say it every single day. And I want you to breathe into it because you don't have to wait to feel the presence of God when you get into the church. You don't have to wait to feel the presence of God. Oh my God, I feel the presence just awakening in me. It's just something something is connecting and saying yes. You understand? You don't have to wait for God because God was waiting on us. He said, I chose you. Okay? And he says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. But you have to wake up and remember this. So God is a presence that is never an absence. God lives in me. I use my mind to see God. I use other than my eyes to see God. I use other than my ears to hear God. Come on, tap it in. I use other than my mind and my eyes to see God. I use other than my ears to hear God. I don't even have to use my senses to feel God. God is a presence that resides in me that is never in absence. We are always connected. My vibration is gratitude. My vibration is love. Get those collarbones up there. My vibration is love. My vibration is peace. I have peace that surpasses all understanding. I'm hitting the side of my hand. I have peace that surpasses all understanding. I have the peace and wisdom of God. I am a part of the creation. You see, you're tapping because these are certain centers in the body that allow us to open up within the heart chakra so that we can acknowledge and wake up in our consciousness and become more aware to the presence that flows within us. So I want to be able to teach you, and I want you to follow me as we work with elevating your mind, because my purpose, because God gave me life after this stem cell transplant 2 years ago. July 19th will be 2 years. I had cancer for 8 years and then got the stem cell transplant 2 years ago. But I used that life to serve. And one way I can serve women, because I'm a female, and everything around me, as you can see my pictures, have to do with females. So I know that I was sent here to help you. So you and me together, we can make it happen. But you've got to make sure that you commit. That was my word. You have to commit to doing the work. You see, I did the work. That's why I got the peace. I did the work and still do the work. That's why I have the mindset for freedom. I close my eyes off of the natural until I can have love, peace, kindness, and compassion, joy, and gratitude, until I could see with my heart beyond the five senses. That's where you got to go. Forgiveness and letting go. So on this journey, I'll be teaching you. You can go to my website where you can drop me a line and a question, and I'll answer it for you in the next post. But this is Dr. Bryant, my first post on Elevate Your Mind. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to sharing with you the next time. So this post is spiritual. Now what? Love you much. Shalom.